So let's talk about being involved with a Dr. Seuss project. I'm sure you grew up with him, as I did, and loved his books. Can you tell me about your love for Dr. Seuss?
Getting to be in a movie, based on a Dr. Seuss book is an unbelievable experience. It's such an amazing opportunity. And the reason I said yes right away was just because as a kid, that was my first exposure to poetry. That was the first time I'd ever realized that if you put words in a certain combination and you put the right rhymes at the end of the right phrases, you can make words absolutely bounce off of a page. And I loved the payoff that you get when you complete the rhyme. And I love the fact that Dr. Seuss books, figured out a way. What's so brilliant about what Dr. Seuss did was he would figure out a way to teach you something without you knowing you were being taught. It's these lessons of moral value that you'd then implement into your life and into your thinking, but you were just reading a really fun rhyme scheme.
And with these beautiful colors and these great characters.
With beautiful colors and great characters and this fantastic whimsical world.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about the whimsical world, because I saw the movie on Saturday, and not only did it make people laugh out loud a couple of times, but it's just so beautiful. It's stunning, but yet it's still so fun and whimsical, like you were saying. I mean, kids are really going to love this movie, aren't they?
I think that people are going to really love this movie because it's beautiful. You are seeing these big shots of this beautiful, wonderful, natural world that they live in with these truffula trees and the colors, and it's just gorgeous, the animation. And you're sitting there, you're just like, whoa. But then you are laughing, and then you're thinking, that's adorable, and then your heart drops when you see certain images of what the world has become, and you walk out of the theater really thinking about your life, which I think is so important for a younger generation to have so much fun during the movie, but then leave with a better idea of, thinking about the future and thinking about your actions and kind of thinking about your life.
What I love about this movie is it's not just the amazing talents of the voices, which are characters unto themselves, but it's also this phenomenal brain trust that has brought to life Dr. Seuss before and Despicable Me and created some of the best-loved characters I've ever seen on screen. Can you talk a little bit about that?
I was astounded by the imaginations of the creators of this movie. I mean, I was sitting there watching it thinking, I can't believe I'm lucky enough to be in this film, to get to lend my voice to it and to have some small part in this amazing movie that they've created. The fact that there are so many things to this movie that they have to just create out of thin air. Like, that's what they're doing with animation. They are creating images and scenarios and humor and jokes and songs and an entire world out of thin air. And I am so impressed by that.
And I've got to know, your character was specifically created for this movie. What did you think when you first saw her?
When I first saw the character, Audrey, I just thought she was adorable. And then as the renderings moved further along, I just loved her even more because you see it first in a very basic form. When they first show you renderings of this is what we're thinking for your character, it looks a lot different than it does now. It has become she's just heavenly. She's a daydreamer. She's so beautiful. She's so original. It's just a joy to get to play that character.
All right, one last question. If you could take one thing out of the world of the Lorax, what would it be?
If I could take one thing out of the world of the Lorax, it would be the Barbaloots, the little tiny bears. They're just so cute. I just love them. I love them.
They're my absolute favorite, too.
Yeah, right?
They're so adorable. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's great to meet you, too.